Why aren't more people discussing the hidden dangers lurking within traditional schooling? Hey there, folks. We've all been through it, right? Years of relentless schoolwork, endless homework, and high-stakes tests. It's just the way things are, or so we're led to believe. The modern structure of schooling, often referred to as the Prussian model, originated from Germany, specifically from the Kingdom of Prussia in the 18th and 19th centuries. Initially developed under King Frederick William I and expanded by Frederick the Great, the goal was to create a standardized, state-controlled system. This system emphasized loyalty to the state, discipline, and a strong workforce capable of serving the military and administration. Many elements of modern schooling can be traced back to this model, including compulsory attendance, standardized curriculum, and graded levels. But what if I told you that this very system, the one we've all come to accept as inevitable, might actually be stifling our creativity and individuality? Could it be that traditional schooling is not just shaping our minds, but also limiting our potential and damaging our mental well-being? Now, I'm not saying that school is inherently bad. It does impart valuable knowledge and teaches us critical thinking skills to a degree. But somewhere along the line, the system seems to have lost sight of the bigger picture. Instead of nurturing individual talents and passions, we're often forced into a one-size-fits-all mold. This approach can stifle personal growth and creativity, leading to a lack of fulfillment. The pressure to conform and excel in standardized tests can take a toll on mental health, causing stress and anxiety. So how did we get here? How did a system designed to empower us end up potentially limiting our potential? Over the course of this video, we'll delve into the hidden dangers of traditional schooling, exploring its long-term effects on our mental health, personal growth, and overall sense of self. One of the most insidious ways traditional schooling can impact us is by stifling our creativity and unique talents. Think back to your own school days. How often were you encouraged to think outside the box, to challenge the status quo, to come up with truly original ideas? For many of us, the answer is not nearly enough. Instead of being celebrated, creativity and unique talents were often met with a raised eyebrow, a failing grade, or a dismissive, "That's not how we do things here." We quickly learn that coloring within the lines, both literally and metaphorically, is the safest path to success in this system. The problem is this emphasis on conformity doesn't end at graduation. It follows us into our adult lives, shaping our approach to work, relationships, and even our own personal growth. This fear of judgment, this ingrained need to conform, can be a powerful force, holding us back from reaching our full potential and suppressing our unique talents. The pressure to fit in often means that our individual gifts and passions are left unexplored and undeveloped, leading to a loss of what makes us truly unique. Traditional schooling often prioritizes rote memorization over true understanding. We're taught to memorize facts and figures, historical dates and scientific formulas, often for the sole purpose of regurgitating them on a test. While memorization has its place, this approach to learning can come at the expense of developing critical thinking skills and fostering a genuine love of learning. When we're constantly bombarded with information to be memorized, there's little room left for curiosity, for questioning, for exploring ideas in a deep and meaningful way. We become passive recipients of knowledge rather than active participants in our own education. This can lead to a sense of apathy towards learning, a feeling that education is something we endure rather than something we embrace. And unfortunately, this attitude can extend beyond the classroom, impacting our willingness to seek out new information, to challenge our own assumptions, and to engage in lifelong learning. Remember when your imagination knew no bounds? When you could spend hours lost in a world of your own creation, building forts out of blankets and battling dragons in the backyard? What happened to that boundless creativity, that ability to see the world through a lens of wonder and possibility? Traditional schooling often values conformity and standardization, leaving little room for the unconventional, the imaginative, the truly original. We're taught that there's a right way to do things, a correct answer to every question. And while structure and guidance are certainly important, this rigid approach to learning can stifle our natural curiosity and turn students into mere followers rather than innovative thinkers. Now, some might argue that a certain degree of structure and discipline is necessary in education, and they're not wrong. But when that structure comes at the expense of fostering emotional and social development, we need to take a step back and ask ourselves, what kind of adults are we creating? Are we raising a generation of robots, adept at following instructions, but lacking the emotional intelligence and social skills to navigate the complexities of a rapidly changing world? The traditional school system operates under a dangerous illusion, the illusion of equality. Providing everyone with the same curriculum and tests creates a level playing field, but the reality is far more nuanced. Each student has unique strengths, weaknesses, and learning styles. Some thrive in structured environments, others need a more hands-on approach. The one-size-fits-all approach often leaves students feeling lost or inadequate. Think back to your own school days. Were you ever truly excited about a subject that ignited your curiosity? How often were those passions nurtured within the rigid school system? Many of us found our true talents relegated to extracurricular activities. We learned to prioritize subjects deemed essential for future prospects, often at the expense of our unique interests. This narrow focus can lead to a disconnect from our passions and stifle creativity. One of the most insidious aspects of the one-size-fits-all model is its reliance on the concept of the average student. The entire system revolves around this mythical being, this hypothetical student who fits neatly within predefined parameters. But here's the thing, the average student doesn't actually exist. It's a statistical construct that ignores the vast spectrum of human intelligence and learning styles. Yet this fictional entity shapes expectations and teaching methods. Let's talk about pressure. Not the good kind, but the soul-crushing, anxiety-inducing kind in the traditional school system. From a young age, we're bombarded with messages about good grades and high test scores. Our worth seems linked to our academic performance. We're constantly measured, ranked, and compared, creating a hyper-competitive environment. When pressure overshadows the joy of learning, it's time to sound the alarm. The relentless pressure cooker of traditional schooling can have long-lasting effects. Standardized tests, high-stakes exams synonymous with academic success or failure. We're told they're objective measures of intelligence, but the reality is far more complicated. They favor rote memorization over creativity and critical analysis, reducing complex individuals to a single score. The pressure can lead to anxiety and a fear of failure. This focus stifles creativity and discourages risk-taking. In the echo chamber of traditional schooling, success is often defined in a singular, narrow way: high grades, top rankings, acceptance into prestigious institutions. We're taught from a young age that these are the markers of achievement, the keys to a happy and fulfilling life. But what about the students who excel in areas not measured by standardized tests? The artists, the musicians, the athletes, the entrepreneurs, the dreamers who possess talents and passions that don't fit neatly within the confines of the traditional school system. Their achievements, often equally valid and valuable, risk being overshadowed or worse, completely ignored in a system that prioritizes a narrow definition of success. This myopic view of success can have lasting consequences, leading to a sense of inadequacy, a fear of pursuing one's true passions, and a disconnect from the things that bring genuine joy and fulfillment. Ah, graduation day, a moment of triumph, of relief, of stepping out into the real world, armed with that coveted piece of paper, the diploma. It represents years of hard work, dedication, and of course, conformity to the system. We're taught that this piece of paper is our ticket to success, our passport to a life of fulfillment and prosperity. But what if it's not? What if this deeply ingrained belief in the power of the diploma is, in itself, a dangerous illusion? What if, in our relentless pursuit of academic accolades, we've lost sight of the bigger picture, the multifaceted nature of true success? The truth is, a diploma, while important, is merely a piece of the puzzle. It doesn't guarantee happiness, fulfillment, or even financial security. It's simply a stepping stone, a foundation upon which we can build our lives. But the quality of that foundation, the strength of our character, the depth of our passions, those are the things that truly matter in the long run. Traditional schooling often presents a very specific path to success, one that typically involves excelling academically and attending a top-tier university. We're conditioned to view this path as the gold standard. But the world is vast and ever-changing, filled with opportunities beyond academia. There are countless ways to make a meaningful contribution and achieve success on our own terms. The entrepreneur who builds a successful business, the artist who pours their heart into their creations, the teacher who inspires a love of learning, the activist who fights for social justice, all find success outside the traditional path. It's time to broaden our horizons and recognize that success is not one size fits all. Identify your unique talents, pursue your passions, and make a meaningful contribution to the world. Success isn't a destination, it's a journey, a lifelong process of learning, growing, and evolving. Embrace strengths, acknowledge weaknesses, and strive to be our best. Find joy in the process, passions, and connections. Live authentically, aligned with values and with purpose. The journey won't always be easy. Challenges and setbacks will come. True success is about resilience. Get back up, learn, and move forward with courage. Section 1. The crushing weight of conformity. From the moment we step foot in a classroom, we're subtly, and sometimes not so subtly, conditioned to conform. There's a right way to sit, a right way to raise your hand, a right answer to every question, or so we're led to believe. Individuality, that beautiful tapestry of unique thoughts, perspectives, and expressions, is often seen as a threat to the order and efficiency of the traditional school system. We're encouraged to blend in, to follow the rules, to not make waves. And so we learn to suppress our true selves, to silence that inner voice that whispers of different paths and unconventional dreams. We trade our authentic selves for the perceived safety of fitting in, of not being too different, too loud, too much. But at what cost? What happens to those silenced voices, those stifled dreams, those unique perspectives that are never given the space to breathe? Imagine a world where everyone looked the same, dressed the same, thought the same. A world devoid of color, of variety, of those beautiful imperfections that make us human. It's a bleak picture, isn't it? And yet, that's the danger of a system that prioritizes conformity over individuality. When we're not given the space to explore our own identities, to develop our own unique voices, we risk becoming facsimiles of each other. cogs in a machine rather than the vibrant, multifaceted individuals we were born to be. This isn't just about personal fulfillment, although that's certainly important. It's about the health and vitality of our society as a whole. Progress, innovation, and true creativity stem from embracing diversity of thought, from encouraging individuals to challenge the status quo and bring their unique perspectives to the table. When we suppress individuality, we stifle our collective potential, creating a world that is not only less interesting, but also less capable of solving complex problems and creating a better future for all. Think back to your own school days. Were there times when you held back from sharing your true thoughts or feelings? Did you ever censor yourself, afraid of being judged or labeled as different? We learn to conform to the unwritten rules of the classroom, to blend in with the crowd. This constant self-censorship can impact how we show up in the world. We may hesitate to speak up in meetings, afraid to share our ideas, and we may struggle to express our true selves in personal relationships. It's never too late to reclaim our authentic selves, to rediscover those silenced voices and embrace our uniqueness, challenge those limiting beliefs and give ourselves permission to explore our passions, express ourselves fully and authentically, and live a life true to who we are. We've all been there, haven't we? Stuck in a classroom, poring over textbooks filled with theories, formulas, and historical dates, wondering, when am I ever going to use this in real life? The disconnect between school knowledge and real-world skills is glaring. When we're ill-equipped to manage finances or cook a meal, something's amiss. Traditional schooling often doesn't reflect life's messy, unpredictable nature. It's like being handed a compass but no map, left to navigate without the tools. It's one thing to excel in a chemistry lab, carefully following instructions and achieving predictable results. It's quite another to navigate the complexities of interpersonal relationships, to manage finances responsibly, to make sound decisions in the face of uncertainty. These are the skills that truly matter in life, the ones that determine our ability to thrive in the real world. Bridging the gap: practical skills for a fulfilling life. It's never too late to bridge the gap between academic knowledge and real-world application. Embrace lifelong learning and seek opportunities to develop practical skills. Take workshops, attend seminars, seek mentors, and dive into new experiences that push you outside your comfort zone. Be proactive and fill those gaps. Imagine a world where education equips students with practical skills for life. This isn't a pipe dream, it's a necessity. Reimagine education as a holistic process for a brighter future. Section 1. The Unlearning Curve. Unlearning begins with questioning ingrained beliefs from traditional schooling. It's about challenging assumptions of success and intelligence. Recognize that fear of failure and conformity are learned behaviors. Confronting these beliefs can be uncomfortable but empowering. Embrace your authentic self and create a life aligned with your values. A new framework for education. If traditional schooling is no longer serving us well, what can we replace it with? It starts with a shift in perspective, reimagining what education can be. Imagine an education system that celebrates creativity and fosters critical thinking. A system that values collaboration, innovation, and real-world problem-solving. This is not a utopian fantasy, but a necessary evolution. Embracing lifelong learning. Education is a lifelong pursuit, a continuous process of exploration and growth. Stay curious, embrace new challenges, and seek opportunities to expand knowledge, adapt, learn new skills, and embrace change in our evolving world. Lifelong learning is essential for personal and professional development. Like and subscribe for more content.